Hey guys, welcome to American Van Trash, the new name of the channel. We have finally switched it over. I got on YouTube today, was messing around, and I figured out how I could change the name from Get In The Van You Can or hashtag Get In The Van _you_can to American Van Trash. And so that's what the channel is called now. You can still find me at Get In The Van You Can, and you guys are all still subscribed regardless of what the name of the channel is. It just works out well. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well today. I hope everything's going well for you, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing. It's a good day here, no complaints. Everything's the same as it was yesterday. I'm just kind of chilling out today. Got up a little late, slept till about 9 o'clock. That was good. And we're just taking it easy. I had a couple things I had to do today, just minor, and all those things are done. So we're just chilling out. But today we're going to talk about where to park the van. Regardless of whether you're traveling or whether you're living in the same town every day and going to work, being responsible, all that's necessary. But no matter what, you've got to know where to park. And I think a lot of people, when they think about living in a van, they think to themselves, well, where will I park? I don't own any property. I don't know where to be. Surely you can't get away with just parking your van in a parking lot or on the street somewhere. Or I don't want to stay at Walmart or Cracker Barrel every night. You know what I mean? So that's what this video is about. I want you guys to know how easy it is to find a place to park. I want to give you some ideas of how to find a place to park. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So you've got a van and you're looking for a place to park. I'm going to start off with the easiest one. It's a website. Just Google search freecampsites.net. When I started using freecampsites.net, it was a long time ago, but I have had nothing but good luck from it. A couple of places that it tried to take me was not that great, or the campsite wasn't readily available. But I think that's because when people logged the spot in and marked the spot, they were leaving the spot and decided, hey, I better mark this place while I can. Or maybe there was a different spot there at the time. But usually, if you'll read the reviews, and each spot has reviews, so you can do a GPS search. You can either type in an area or a town you're going to, or you can do a GPS search of the area that you're in, and it's going to locate these spots and put them on a map for you. When you click on the spot, it's going to give you several bits of information which are very helpful. The first thing it's going to tell you, or it's going to give you, is directions to the spot. I wouldn't click on that one right away. First, I would check out reviews. So when I look at a spot, first thing I do is I read the reviews. Couple things you want to look out for. When was the review done? Because not all spots are available anymore. If it's not available, someone's going to mention, hey, I tried to find this spot, but it's not available. Or I went to the spot, there's no trespassing signs. Or I went to the spot and it was trashy, or whatever else. I mean, the information's there. So I try to pick spots where someone has recently, within the last year, reviewed the spot and left me some information. A lot of times there'll be pictures of the spot. They take the pictures and they post them online to Get In The Van You Can. So that's helpful. Other things that are available on Get In The Van You Can, or excuse me, I'm sorry, I've been saying this, but anyway, other things that are available on freecampsites.net, are going to be So you got reviews. The other thing is going to be what cell service is available. And it'll tell you by manufacturer of your cell phone or company that you have subscription with, exactly what cell service is available and how much to expect. Another thing that's great is the weather forecast. Now, you can't trust the weather a lot these days, no matter where you're getting your weather from, but it'll give you a general idea what the high and low temperature is going to be, whether they're calling for rain, no rain, snow, whatever. So that's available. So you've got reviews, you've got cell phone coverage, and you've got also amenities. And amenities are important sometimes. It's going to tell you whether there are no amenities, whether this is just a place where you can hike, you can, view nature, or if it does have a shower, it's going to say, showers are available, plumbing is available, you can use the restroom, that sort of thing. Can be super important sometimes. I generally try to find a place to I can park that has some sort of plumbing. Or availability to use the restroom. Not that I can't use the restroom in my van. I have a pee jug that I can pee in, and I keep it out of the way and hidden. But I have a toilet seat on a 5-gallon bucket, a Lugaloo it's called, just for those times if you're sick or something's going on. Excuse me. I also... a lot of times, if I'm in the woods, I will simply dig a hole, a cat hole, somewhere to go. But if they have plumbing available, all the better. You've got a place to go. You can find that out on freecampsites.net. There are several sites or apps that you can get. Freecampsites.net is available by simply searching for freecampsites.net. You don't have to have an app or anything like that to get it, but it's pretty good and it works out well. What I'm finding now is that there aren't as many news sites on there because people simply aren't posting where they're staying anymore. I don't blame them a bit. It's to the point now to where people are messing this up for all of us. One bad apple spoils the bunch. So if you're going into a place and you're trashing it, if you're leaving a mess in the fire pit, if you're just not taking care of it, then, you got to understand you're going to ruin the spot for those of us who like to camp in a van. So you got freecampsites.net. You check that out. Another way to do it is city parking. So anytime I'm in a city, I feel comfortable or relatively comfortable finding a place to park. Sometimes that place is a Walmart. If a Walmart's not attached to other businesses, it generally will allow overnight parking. If the Walmart is attached, so say there's a Walmart here, and then beside it is another store, beside it is another store. A lot of those places where the Walmart has other buildings or businesses attached to it do not allow overnight parking. The sign will always tell you, so read the signs. I'm going to say that many times because just because a spot has been made available by some website or some application doesn't mean that you don't need to read the signs and keep in mind because things may have changed from the last time when that was available. So Walmart is a okay spot every once in a while. Places that do allow parking, there's usually quite a bit of people there. There's usually some noise involved there. The good thing about it is you're right next to a Walmart. You got a place to shop. You've got a place to use the restroom indoors, and they're okay, especially for if you're traveling a distance and you just need a place to park and sleep. Walmart works well. Another place is Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel generally allows overnight parking for vans and RVs. Most of the Cracker Barrels I've stayed at have designated RV parking, long spaces for bigger RVs. They don't have hookups, so that's going to be a problem if you've got to have a hookup. But once again, inside of the Cracker Barrel is a place to use the restroom, place to wash your hands, place to brush your teeth if you don't have one, or you don't feel comfortable brushing your teeth in your van or wherever you're at. But Cracker Barrel has been a good spot, especially in the southeast, which is not the only place there are Cracker Barrels, I don't think, but a lot of them down here. And they usually allow overnight parking. Simply read the signs before you decide to park there. Another place that I park all the time, parking lots or street parking somewhere near a restaurant or bar. It's generally anywhere that has a restaurant or bar is going to have or allow you to park overnight there. People, quite simply, drinks too much sometimes, and they need to leave their vehicle overnight, or they going to ride home with someone else. So those places have worked great for me many times. Another place is anywhere where people are working, especially where they have third shift jobs or second shift jobs or whatever. Those are places where a lot of people park outside. Places with parking lots, not that great. You don't want to park in someone's parking lot if you're not working there, although you may be able to get away with it. But I think you would be better off with somewhere with street parking outside of the area. That way you can just simply park on the street, spend the night, and then take off the next morning. That works well. Other places to park. Street parking in downtown or city areas. And read the signs. This is once again very important. Read the signs. Some signs will tell you during the daytime you're not allowed to park there, or you're limited to the amount of time that you can stay there between such and such time and such time. But after that, the parking isn't regulated. There's nothing wrong with parking overnight. You have to be out by a certain time the next day, and that's very easy to do in a van. A lot of times you'll find street parking, and street parking is a great place to park. So I've used overflow lots for downtown areas. I've used street parking where houses are, where they do park on the street. Somewhere near apartment complexes. The apartment complexes are a great place because a lot of times they'll have street parking or overflow parking in case the parking spots aren't available, and that is a great place to park. Trying to think of anywhere else. Let's see. Freecampsites.net, street parking, downtown. When I say street parking, like I said, it's important to read the signs. They're going to tell you what the rules are. Another thing that you want to watch out for, street cleaning. In California, I parked on the street every day while I was there. But I had to be careful of when they were going to clean the streets. That is a crime to park there during those hours when they're cleaning the streets. So what people will do is they'll move to the next street over, a few streets down, go shopping, do something you need to do. After the streets have been cleaned, between the certain hours that they clean them, then you can simply return there. You're usually good to go for a week. I've talked about city parking, blank spots where it's not marked. Rest areas, that's so-so, you know what I mean? A lot of times you can at least get some rest. Take a nap, get some rest, cook a meal, do whatever you need to do, just relax for a little while. They also provide most of them give you an area where you can walk a little bit. You can refill your water inside with a water fountain or something like that. I don't know that I'd park at rest areas that often, but that I have stopped to rest for a while. Now, some places out west are going to have places that have fire pits, or maybe are more apt for long-term overnight parking. When I say long-term, I'm talking about the night. You know what I mean? Those are not places where you want to stay on a regular basis, or hang out for multiple days. That's just overnight parking. What's another place? Let's think real quick. Oh, truck stops. Truck stops are generally a great place to park overnight. If you're going to park overnight at a truck stop, there's generally an area where they allow overnight parking, not usually right beside the building or next to the building, but farther away. Where the truckers park is a good spot. However, you don't want to be trouble to truckers. I mean, they rely on these things for places to park. So, never had problem at truck stops. Once again, read the signs. That's very important, because the signs are going to tell you everything you need to know. If there's no overnight parking allowed, or they tell you no overnight parking, then simply do not park there, just like anywhere else. Those signs are going to tell you everything you need to know. I think that's pretty much it. Just for basic information to kind of cover the topic a little bit. But that I've given you a ton of ways to find spots, especially if you're traveling. Once you get to a city, once you've done this for a while, folks, you're going to know. You're going to know where to park. You're just simply going to understand the rules. You're going to understand good spots from bad spots. A couple rules that I try to follow all the time. If I park a place overnight, when I wake up in the morning, I'm gone. I don't stay there. I don't stay at the same spot every night. I move around. You don't want to become a common sight at these places, because once again, you're going to ruin the spot from people being able to park there in the first place. Places you don't want to park for sure are going to be cities that allow no vehicle camping or overnight parking. I'm in one right now, but I know this city. I know where I'm parked. I've got permission to park here, and I'm okay. Not going to have any trouble here. I'm also fairly near a bar and some restaurants where people may leave their cars overnight. You can't see me inside the van. I'm not visible. Everything's blocked out, so I don't have any trouble here. I don't have any trouble parking in a downtown area or in public spaces that are just for that, parking for a little while. But I don't stay all the time. I try to move around a little bit, because I don't want the spot to be taken away by people that have problems with it. Also, I don't want people to recognize my habits. You know what I mean? There's so many places to park, and no matter where you are, unless you're in one of those weird cities, and they do exist, you may have trouble finding a place to park. The country, if you're in the middle of nowhere, that's more of an area I would use freecampsites.net. If you're in the city, it gets much easier. But I found some awesome spots on freecampsites.net. I found some awesome spots in the city. All you're looking for is a place to park your van overnight. Once you have daylight, then you move the van. You can go to the city parks. You can go park in a parking lot. You can do whatever you need to do. You don't have to keep driving and burning up the gas. You have abilities to move around a little bit every couple hours. It doesn't cost that much. If the weather's bad, you don't want to run the heat all day, go inside. You know what I mean? Go shopping, walk around the store, a big place like Walmart or Sam's Club or any kind of place where you can shop. I like going to outdoor stores, looking at fishing equipment, hiking stuff, whatever. There's lots of things available where you don't have to use your resources, burn up your power, kill your batteries, do things like that. And that's how you do it. If anybody has any questions whatsoever on about where to park, things that are available or not available, what makes a good spot, ask a question, leave a comment, ask a question. Another thing, if you're watching this video and you too live in a van or RV or car or whatever else, if you've got some other spots you want to mention or other places that are familiar, or other websites to use or applications to use, leave it in the comments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear the comments. Anyone has any other questions about van life other than this, we'll cover many more topics in the future. But if you have more questions or you have anything that you want to know, if you leave that in the comments, I'll see it. I'll know what you want to know. I'll do a video on it. I'll respond to you, whatever else. I want to be as helpful as I can. I want you to know that I've lived in this van for 7 years with zero trouble. Never been arrested. I got the knock one time. That was the first night I spent the night in the second night I spent the night in the van. I was at a Walmart. I thought it was okay to park. Come to find out, it was in Vegas. The Walmart was owned by the airport, or the property was owned by the airport. They don't allow overnight parking, although airports do allow overnight parking with paying for it. And I couldn't park there. So I got the knock. The gentleman told me exactly where to go, where I could find another place to park without any trouble. I went there. It took a few minutes to get there. It was right down the street, and everything was fine. Guys, this life is so easy. It is so easy now, more than it ever was when I first started. There are so many things available to you. I mean, I didn't have solar when I first started. I used battery packs that you could charge up and then plug a USB into. I didn't have a refrigerator. I didn't have a freezer. I didn't have a kitchen counter. Didn't have a microwave. I was basically just had a platform to sleep on. You know, things have changed so much. There are so many websites to watch. There is so much things, or so many things that are available now that wasn't available when I started doing this. You could simply have a good life. There is hardly anything that I have in this van that you don't have in your home in one form or another. I have a place to cook. I have a place to eat. I have ways to cook. I have a microwave. I have a cook stove. I have a propane. I have water. I have a bed to sleep in. I have a chair to sit in. I have a refrigerator and freezer. I get my power from the sun, from solar. Now, I'm in most places where solar is a viable source of power. Even with the amount of solar that I have now, I currently have 400 watts of solar, which is two 200-watt panels. Those panels are Boost Power connected. They're very good panels. I have a lithium-ion battery and a solar regulator, and I can get plenty of sun even on a cloudy day. The worst time for solar is in the winter. The winter sun is not quite what it is in the summer. I'm not even sure why. That's just the reality of it. I know people that live in Canada have a little bit more trouble with solar. Most of those people have the engine to run their power, the batteries for them while they're moving. A lot of them have bigger alternators, that sort of thing. But listen, this life is easy. I have everything I need to live. I am 100% comfortable. I have food storage. I have frozen stuff, refrigerated stuff. I have room to cook. I have a place to sit. I have a place to sleep. I have entertainment through YouTube or through Netflix or things like that. I mean, you're not going to go crazy living in a van. There is so much available if you have the resources to get it. But if you don't, you know what? You'll learn to appreciate when you get it even more. Go ahead, move in the van, put a yoga mat on the floor, get yourself a sleeping bag, go ahead and sleep. Go ahead and start living in the van. Decide what you want, decide where you want it. You'll figure it out. I promise you will. I've never even finished my van. I don't actually show a lot of it this time, but these days. Well, you can kind of see back here where I'm pointing. That's insulation. I've spray foamed insulated the van. That's just simply to keep condensation and things like that from happening. It doesn't provide me a ton of protection from cold weather or from hot weather. I still get hot. I use fans when it's hot. For heat, I purchased a diesel heater. Before that, I had a Mr. Buddy or a Buddy heater. And so there's things available to make you more comfortable. You can find them. You can get them cheap. You can get them easy. And it's not a big deal. So just know, people, you can live in a van very easily, very cheaply. You can see the United States if you live here. You can see the area where you're from, if you live there. I don't know much about traveling in other countries. I haven't done that, but I have seen everywhere that I've wanted to see in the United States. I've experienced things that I would have never experienced if not for this van. This van has been 100% my shelter, my protection, my place to keep things for 7 full years. I live in the van very comfortably, and you can too. So, guys, just think about if you're paying rent right now, what are you paying per month? Are you paying $500, $700, $900? Some of you I know are paying $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 a month. Think about it, guys. You're not going to spend that much gas if you're staying in the same city. Even if you're traveling. I mean, I could drive to California from North Carolina right now for probably around $400. You know what I mean? Just moving the whole time. Getting to see things, getting to do things. So this is an easy life that you can spend far less money than what you're spending on mortgage or rent for a house or for anything that you can do. It enables you to be many places and do many things. Your life can be happy. There are certain people who by far should not live in a van. Get a van, you'll know real quick. Some people require too much. You know what I mean? You're too used to things. You don't like the idea of showering in a gym, or you don't like the idea of not showering every day. You don't like cleaning. I mean, you know what I mean? There's different people who may not enjoy living in a van. But if you're a nomadic spirit, if you enjoy travel, if you enjoy security and comforts, then a van is not the end of the world for those things. I've got everything I need. I live comfortably, and you can too. Guys, I really appreciate you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching us at American Van Trash. My name's Chris. I hope to see your comments. Please give me your likes. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I want you as a subscriber. I talk about several things on here, usually about van life. Sometimes I'll talk about my own personal life. I'll talk about staying sober. I don't drink alcohol. I don't use drugs. I'm doing all that while living in a van, and I am comfortable and happy. And you can be comfortable and happy too. If you're not interested in anything I have to say, just subscribe anyway and don't watch my videos. I need your help, and I appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Have a great day.